Hi everyone, welcome back to Beef Reacts, and today we're going to be watching Tales of Zestiria / Berseria. It's an AMV, Nightwish by Elan. And I have another one after that, but I'll read that title when we get into it. Before we get started, just want to say thank you for watching, and I wanted to say, if you don't mind, just like, comment, subscribe, really helps me out. Yeah, so let's just jump into it. Already it's starting with just a fantastic look at the just at the animation in general. I mean, looking at this, like, is it comma? I still need, someone told me how to do the what is the word I'm thinking of, at the frame by frame thing, but I still don't fully get how to do it, but I want to try it out. But looking at the cave just flowing in the wind, it looks amazing. Sorry, I'm also kind of working on trying to fix my audio mixing just a tiny bit with you guys. I'm trying to make it less of turn me down, turn this up, turn me down, turn this up. You know, it's a bit of a, I don't want to say, it's a troubleshooting process. That's the right word to use. That shade, like, that's cool. I really love whenever you can see a good blend of 2D and 3D, and I think that's why Treasure Planet's like one of my favorite movies. Like, just the way that it blends it kind of seamlessly is just so fascinating. Or is that how they actually animated this? That's cool. It looks, either the editor or the actual artist added a Gaussian blur to the photo itself. No, because it has to be more than that, because if you look at the actual line work, it's streaky. It looks kind of like a painting in a way, like an impressionist. It's obviously not impressionistic, but like, what I'm saying is it kind of gives a very similar vibe just due to the line work itself. Came up free fall awaits the break. That's a fucking beat job, dude. Come, chase the one, place the blind. He will guide you from the light, riding lost till the end of time. It's just cool how you can do this, and how you can, like the thing that makes editing so cool to me is how, like, this is a show, this is a story in itself, but you add music to the background and you take different shots, and now you've created a completely new story that can work or go completely against what this is trying to do. That's what makes it fascinating. Meet me So she's going into a backstory, and I think they're doing the streak as a as something to showcase a backstory, but I'm not exactly sure. This is a bad spot for me to be paused on. I feel like this one's a lot more of me jamming out, but like honestly, in terms of the AMV, it's a very like chill vibe, and then it gives you these moments of like bursts of action and energy and like excitement, and like I love like I don't know if it's a flute, like I'm not exactly sure like what that instrument is. Like it's obviously a wind instrument, but like I'm not exactly sure which one. It just kind of like sinks you in. It gives you like a very Ireland or Dublin-esque vibe, or like I don't want to say sea shanty because that's not the right thing, but usually whenever I think of sea shanty, I think Ireland, and there's really no reason for that. It just is for some reason. And, like, the sun sets. These moments of adventure.
Riding hard and a shooting star. Come to life, open mind, have a laugh at the orthodox. Come think deep, let the dam of mind see. Travel with pretty land, dance a jig at the funeral. Come, taste the wine, raise the blind. They will guide you from the light. Riding nuts till the end of time. Woo, come.
This show looks sick. Is this Tales of Zestiria and Berseria? I don't know what this show is, so like I'd be like really interested in watching it. Like it looks pretty dope. I'm a sucker for when everything kind of like goes away and then we just hear. I like that's cool. Hey, group of adventurers.
Notion has been the centerpiece of my workflow. It's quite literally an extension of my brain.
So the next one we're going to be doing is the Fate Stay Night. It's Skillet Whispers in the Dark AMV. I just felt like these two kind of looked like they had similar vibes, so it is what it is. So the editor took time to say that it was created by themselves, which isn't a problem. That's not being like attacking ego or doing anything like that. It's just they're proud of their work, so they said created by. That means that they went into this with an idea and a story, and not necessarily... It sounds like rude to say haphazardly putting clips together, but like the cool, again, a lot of the cool thing about these, and like I can always be upfront and say, I am not very good with, is avant-garde the right word? Yeah, it is avant-garde. I always confuse avant-garde and a la carte. I don't know. I'm not French. But avant-garde juxtapositions always, like, I'm not really good at dissecting those as much. Because when you have to extrapolate meaning from things that seemingly look meaningless together, it's not that it doesn't exist, it's that is not my strong suit. And I can always openly admit that. I can try my damnedest, but it's like, it's not where I usually find myself. So, that being said, typically when people haphazardly put clips together because they look cool and they fit the vibe of a song, not necessarily the story of the song, it's a different thing. And I felt like the last video was a lot more about the vibe and less of the story. But that's, just let me know. You could all obviously disagree, but if you guys don't mind, now that we're here, comment below like your favorite AMVs. I'll gladly watch them. I love AMVs. On my, I don't want to say personal YouTube channel, but like, the one that's like my name and stuff. I have 800 liked videos. 99% of them are sad boy AMVs with like Pofu, Ninetales, Sewer Person, like artists like that. So it's always just AMVs because I think they're cool. I love them. But that being said, let's get into it.
Despite the lies that you're making, your love is mine for the taking. My love is just waiting to turn your tears to roses. Despite the lies that you're making, your love is mine for the taking. My love is just waiting.
So they took the time to mask. That's actually a fascinating edit. So, and it's really cool. So they definitely did this in, it looks like an After Effects edit. So they, can I say? Sorry, I'm really trying. Okay, so right there, what he did was he put a mask. No, because that's way too much fucking work. What he did was he went into Photoshop. He went into Photoshop, cut out the background, used your quick select, and got these two. And he did it really down to the fine detail. Got these two out with transparent backgrounds, used them as assets, and then it. No, is it? So why would he do it? Was it he? I believe he said his name was Reese. Why would they do it that way? Because why would you fade it in and not slap it in? If this is boring you guys, I like on the next videos I won't do it obviously, but like this is. I shouldn't say that. Like this is just fascinating because I love like the breakdown of editing. Like this is just. Like, it's the craft that I'm in love with. So they opacity it with having the words come up in the background, but it's saying your love is mine for the taking. Why have it fade in and not... Because each individual word's fading in, which makes me question why. Because you can have them smacking, and you're using a in-your-face font like this that's rough and gruff, so why would you fade it? That doesn't make sense. By the way, this isn't a critique at all. Like, there is no... like, yeah, there's a wrong way to edit something, but that's not, there's no wrong way to edit a story, and there's no wrong way to edit what you want to do. It's just the meaning you're creating. So it's like, why fade it unless they're trying to do something different? So your love is mine for the taking. You're having a soft fade and not have a hard thing. So are you, regardless if this is intentional, there are things that you can write, do, and say that are not intentional but make sense. So without knowing anything, to extrapolate meaning from this, what I could imagine is this relationship is one that is somewhat rocky at first, but is ultimately built upon like a lot of like care and trust. And I have no idea if that's true. I literally have never seen Fate Stay Night yet. I'm planning on watching it, but that's the only thing that makes logical sense to me. I have been on this for so fucking long. I'm sorry.
Despite the lies that you're making, your love is mine for the taking. My love is just waiting to turn your tears to roses. I will be the one that's gonna hold you. I will be the one that you run to. My love is a burning, consuming fire.
Okay, so it's definitely shipped characters, or they're in love. Okay.
No, you'll never be alone. When darkness comes, I'll light the night with stars. Hear the whispers in the dark. Light the night with stars.
It's the same effect. So so these words aren't from, they aren't from him like I thought. They're actually from her. So it's, is she hard to get to know and he's the one protecting her then? Again, the cool thing about editing is that your choices on a subconscious level typically don't make sense. Or not that they don't make sense, but like, I always, what example do I normally use? In a book or in a movie you're watching, the Goofy movie, easiest one. Why is it that when Goofy Goof and Max Goof are in the car going towards the Powerline concert or the lake, why is it that Powerline's on the left and the lake's on the right? He has to choose between right and wrong. And he is given this this fork in the road, and on the right side is, this is my right, but your left for some reason. But on his right side is basically the fishing trip that his dad wanted and him being honest. On the left is the Powerline concert and him continuing the deception. And his dad's giving him the opportunity to do the right thing. So it makes sense. Was it intentional? Probably not. But it makes sense. So I don't mean to go on so many tangents for 7 minutes.
You'll never be alone. When darkness comes, you know I'll never fall. Hear the whispers in the dark. Whispers in the dark. You feel so lonely and ragged. You lay it broken and naked. My love is just waiting to go.
Now, this does look different. So, you animate. By the way, this song is actually really, really good. I hope you don't feel like I'm missing out or on it. It's just the editing here is very fascinating to me. So it seems like this person really loves this effect with this font, and that's fine. So that was a photo. So that one they had to match. Okay, that was fun. So that means that the way that this was set up is that he has this background layer, which is this star it's not PNG, but probably PNG. And these clouds laying with an animation, and you can see the rough line work a little bit, but it's not. So it also seems like he's the one that comes to save her. And it's interesting they use the term whisper in the dark for it, because it's like, if he's the one coming to save her, then when, like, because why wouldn't he necessarily be the light in the dark? Why sound? And that's not a question for the editor, that's the question for the musician. Like, why sound and not light? Like the whisper and the silence would make, I'm not gonna say more sense, but like it you're doing two different sensory things. So the sound would draw you in, so you basically have to blindly trust the person who's whispering in the dark for you and calling your way. So again, I haven't seen Fate Stay Night yet, and I really want to watch it. So I'm trying to think of, like, this reveals character without having to reveal character in a way. So, only main thing I could possibly think of is kind of like, her character's a little reserved in a way, and taken aback and probably isn't very trusting, which is why we have that font, which is why we have this this dark motif. Actually, that's a really smart thing. I was wondering why he was cutting away. I thought it was just kind of like the editor liked it. I'm not exactly 3 minutes. Let me double check something. Sorry, 1 second. It is Ultimate Pro Reeve. Okay. So, Reeve basically here is using and continuing this idea of the whisper in the dark, because the character is shrouded by darkness, and then not just whispers, but the music is what she's hearing, and she is being drawn to this character right here. Is that Doki Doki? Is it? No. Why do I know the sound? Why the fuck do I know it? Why is my first thought Doki Doki Literature Club? Shit. cannot remember for the life of me. I apologize, everyone. Yeah, so that's been Whispers in the Dark, and I'm so bad at remembering what I did.
Research shows
5
nostalgia can
seconds
help
ago.
you remember ads. So customize and save with
How?
Liberty Mutual.
How?
Today we're here to honor the legacy.
Why? And Nightwish by Alon. They were both good in very different ways. I didn't talk about this one nearly as much as I probably should have, but this one was a lot more of a vibe AMV. Now I could be wrong on that. And then the second AMV, this Skillet one, was much more of a, I don't want to say story driven, but it had a lot more of a clear sense of story. That being said, that's just my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. And yeah, if you don't mind, please just like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out. And don't forget, let me know your favorite AMV down below. Yeah, I can't talk very good. Also, I post every day, so peace out. Almost forgot my outro.